My name is Caroline Tommy-Smith, and I serve on the City of New Haven Board of Alders. And I'm so proud to stand next to my colleagues, Alder Redente, Alder Theodore, and Alder Kim, and also next to each and every one of you, as we celebrate our Pride Center loudly, joyfully, and together. I deeply believe that cities are not defined by the challenges that we face. We're defined by what values we refuse to abandon and how we as a community choose to respond. And in this time of challenge, New Haven has made our answer very, very clear. To every single donor, thank you for choosing generosity, even when the outcome was not guaranteed. To every volunteer and every neighbor, thank you for continuing to show up with a radiant and unwavering belief in what our center means for our city. And in particular, to Hope and to Nick and to the board, thank you for choosing the harder path of rebuilding. The long nights, the tender moments of real uncertainty, the risk. Thank you for choosing that. On behalf of all of us, you all saved our Pride Center. There's a way of defining a community as a series of small acts of courage made by individual people, and that in aggregate become over time who we are as a community. And the results of your courage are both joyful and I believe deeply serious. Rainbow Elders can continue to gather here. The food pantry and the clothing closet can continue to be stocked. And the kid across the street who isn't ready yet, who hasn't told their family, who's only written it in the margins of their journal, can now look at this building and know her city loves her for who she is and for who she loves. Thank you to every single person that made today possible and made today not a story of heartbreak, but a story of joy, resilience, and celebration. This is New Haven. Thank you all very much. And now I'm excited to bring up one of our heroes, our treasurer, Eric Russell.
Good morning, New Haven. Happy Pride. It is great to be here with you. And I first just want to start from a place of gratitude. This is a big deal when you think about where the New Haven Pride Center was. In the wake, on the cusp of closing, you had people step up and lead with their hearts in generosity. And I want to start just by saying thank you to Nick and Hope for your leadership. Nick, I know the number of text messages, he's relentless in building support for this initiative. And as was just said, it was the hard path. There were easier ways to go about this, but you pulled community together, which is what we are about as a broader LGBTQ community. We've always taken care of each other, taken care of ourselves when many others didn't see us and were attacking us and coming after us. We came together to drive a better vision. And that's what all of the donors and volunteers, the staff at the Pride Center all showed today. And we know how important this is, especially right now. I think about myself coming up here in New Haven and not necessarily seeing myself represented in the community, not seeing a pride flag up and or a community center that I know that I could go and feel safe and build community and meet other people that were figuring out their own journey. And that's what this is for, the community. It's a pillar. It is so important, the services that are being provided, the safe space that is here for so many residents across New Haven and the greater New Haven area. And this is all in the kind of overarching environment right now where our community is very much under attack. We see this on the national level. I know Rosa mentioned the rates of suicide and depression amongst young LGBTQ folks. But we're also seeing this exacerbated when you have policy right now on the federal level canceling the national suicide hotline for LGBTQ youth, defunding programs and services for the community, banning transgender folks from the military, ads using our young trans folks as political pawns, right? In ads all across the country saying that you shouldn't exist, right? Trying to erase us. The reality is we are not going anywhere. And that's what this community center and this support as a community stands for today. I'll end with this. Connecticut has always led the way around LGBTQ issues. We stand at the forefront of every single one of the protections around anti-discrimination, protecting access to gender-affirming care, making sure that whether it was civil unions or marriage equality, that has always been Connecticut and it always will be. So regardless of what these attacks are from the outside, from the national level, I want you all to know as a community that we will stand firm for our community moving forward. We will not bow down to threats or to attempts to dehumanize us. And Connecticut will always be a safe place for everyone. And so thank you all for all of your support. I look forward to celebrating Pride Month with you out there because we know that that's what a part of this is, right? That joy in and of itself can be an act of resistance, but it's also important as we celebrate Pride Month to know that this is rooted in protest, right? This is rooted in a fight. And we still have so much work and fighting and resistance to show, particularly in this moment. I look forward to doing that all alongside you.